Look at her.
Really?
Oh my God.
Perfection. It's crazy because the first show I did was this little show. I made a charity drag show at SCAD called Tucked, and I put her on the tickets. So the fact that I have her number, and she does my shows, and like she's booked me for shit. Like she booked me for Trixie Chicks right before COVID happened, and like life goes by so fucking fast, and it's surreal how like you're like, oh, I'll maybe work with Alaska. Now you're like kind of friends with her. I'm not saying we hang out all the time, but that bitch is definitely the one, I think, carrying the torch forward into the next realm of drag. I'm kind of, dipping into the digital side myself, but literally I think the fact that it's music, she podcasts, like literally it's like she is the fucking standard in a lot of ways, and she dabbles in the punk, she dabbles in the gorge. Like, it's kind of like she gives you, there's touches of RuPaul in there, there's touches of Divine in there. Like, it's this own character in itself. It's a fucking alien. The Biqtch track, she reinvented that. You know, like, literally, she is the black print, I feel like, that everyone should be kind of modeling themselves after. Of course, inspire to your own thing, can carry a legacy in a new way, but it's really fucking cool that we have a human being on the planet like that who also is like has humility and will admit their own faults and also be like, I fucked up, I'm apologizing for this, I'm a different person now, and kind of really addressing it how it should be. And, the sweetest bitch, down to earth, fucking gutter punk as hell. Love her.
Yes.
A lot of love. I'm not being shady, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I got a big heart.
Look at her.
Almost as big as my ass.
Oh, well, I heard you made this queen vomit.
Got so close. I got this fucking close. So I did the janitor number on the show, and not many people knew what I did. And what I did was, they got us, the reason I was chronically smiling the whole time, because they were like, what song? It was the only time we get to pick music when we did the floor show. And I was like, oh, can you play? I just needed something like neurotic and stupid. I was like, can you play Earl Had to Die? Or Goodbye Earl by the Chicks? So the whole time I was like, goodbye, Earl, the Black Eyed Peas. They tasted all right to me, Earl. And I'm like mopping up mop water, wringing out my socks in it, adding like, everything about the janitor was real. Like that was the plunger that we were in our housing. That's what we had.
Wow.
The shower drain and the hair in it was from the shower drain and the hair that we had in the housing. The mop and the water in it was from the venue at the Globe. Like it was the water in there, the mop, everything was real.
Wow.
And I swallowed that for $10,000. Alaska got that, just winning a song in flats. It was great. But who are we talking about again?
Sasha Velour.
Oh, Sasha Velour. So not many people got to see, the whole thing. They saw me drink the mop water, but the whole thing was like this comedic bit about me making the water wasn't gross enough for me to make it grosser, and then I finally chugged it at the end. So I made this number about, the mop being my boyfriend, doing all these classic songs, and I almost got her to vomit. Like, it was close. There's, like, reaction shots when she did it, but that's another thing, a full circle moment where she was like, she emailed me right after the wedding, like, you want to do nightgowns? And I literally thought that's something that I'd never be able to do, and nightgowns is a really beautiful show. I mean, obviously you know that, it's an iconic moment, but, like, other than, I think, performing at talent night in the final round of Continental, there's not something like in a performance sphere that elevates it to that place. Like, right, you might do a Pride, you might do like that, but Continental and Nightgowns is this moment where you can they're like, oh, we're gonna light you good. We're gonna do a tech rehearsal. We're gonna do all of this, and it's to make this number, this moment. My favorite part about that number, though, is I wrote this bio about how I wanted to make my own personal ranch-flavored lubricant, and I won't probably get pizza, blow your dad. Like, I wrote this, like, really filthy thing, thinking it was going to be in the playbill.
Right.
Bitch, I go up, and they're like, they call me up to go up there, perform, and they're reading this off. Like, Sasha Velour is reading it verbatim. And I'm like, oh, my God, I had no idea. My favorite part about that show, though, is Lip Synca was there.
Legend.
Like, seeing my name next to Lip Synca, I was like, what the fuck? And the poor doll couldn't look at me the whole night because I looked like a janitor piece of shit. And she's like in this stunny red gown, and I went up to her because like she was not giving me eye contact. She couldn't even look at me, and I was like, when I'm like lip syncing, like, I love you, you're an icon, legend. I usually clean up nice. Like, this is just a gig. And she's like, I understand, sweetheart. And Creme Patel was looking at me like, bitch. But thank you, Sasha Velour. You're amazing, and it's been a great honor to be a part of that, nightgowns.
Love it. All right, look at them. Ah!
I thought I was done with them. Bringing them back into the void. God damn it. The Boulet brothers, evil bitches. Love them. They're actually, a lot of people think that they're kind of prima donna, but they're like hands down building the set.
Oh, yeah.
Working the fucking seat and making sure everything happens. And they have their fangs in each and every little thing as possible. I think it's great. They've changed my life forever, literally. Like, I went from performing, in a dive bar to performing in dive bars with good lighting. It was revolutionary. But literally, they got to, showcase their art. And the reason I auditioned for Drag Race. Part of my thesis with the Biqtch Puddin situation was, putting together a tape for Drag Race. But as soon as I saw Dragula and Hey Qween, the season 1, I saw these queer people, multiple nationalities, backgrounds, completely queer, unfiltered, and unabashedly being themselves. And I was like, this is the party I want to be in. Not something that it's like, I'm not saying producing is good, because producing gets you the cut, gives you the drama, gives you the mama, gives you the sound effects, ooh, the meme, good, you got the whole GIF reel the next day, and it's a good time. But I feel like we lose a part of the human being underneath it all, and that whole fabricated plasticness of it. And, I come from a military family where everything's neat and orderly, and I love everything that isn't. I love the grime on a jockstrap. I love the gum on the bottom of the bleachers. I want to eat it, and the stank of it all is something that the Boulets kind of like do with everything they touch. It has that flavor in it. Their show is open to everybody. And that's something that I did during Heels of the Barrel after each and every night and be like, I'm like another reality show. If you represent, regardless if you're trans, non-binary, gender non-conforming, hetero-flexible like Disasterina, drag king, alien, as long as you represent the tropes of filth, glamour, and horror, you too can be Dragula. Which I think is really inspiring, because I think a lot of we've heard this white gay narrative. Mm-hmm. I don't think we need more of that. I think I want to hear a punk rock lesbian from Kansas City going on a show and talking about, she was on the lacrosse team, watched horror movies, and was inspired to do this drag character.
Yeah.
Or a trans woman who, had to sacrifice, certain things in order to get the body she wants to do to compete on Continental, and it's like those stories I feel like need to be told. And it's inspiring to me that, Dragula has always been open. Like, they've never have said specifically what gender or whatever you need to be. And it makes me excited to see future seasons and what that might entail. So, love you guys.
Well said. All right, last but not least, our very own angel. Look at her. Lady Red.
R.I.P. Icon Legend Woman.
Yeah.
She passed away 2 days before I was supposed to film the show.
Yeah, I know.
Which is kind of crazy. This year has just been really intense, a lot of losses, right? Mm-hmm. I remember going to Fault Line, and it was a random night. I don't think it was Make Out Mondays, it was something going on. Maybe Big Fat Dicks. And I was there, and outside was like Farrah Moan and Eureka, and then, Lady Red was working the door. And I was smoking a blunt, passed it to Lady Red for a moment. And my favorite part about the instance was Farrah was cussing out Eureka, because Eureka was trying to give money, saying that there was a cover charge to get in.
Right, I remember that story.
And Eureka was giving Lady Red the coin.
Right, she was.
And Farrah Moan was like, had a few in her, and she's like, baby, you really can't, Gorge, you can't. The kids are got no money. And Eureka's like, I'm helping out my sister.
Yes, I remember that story.
they're like, bitch, what you think? I'm like, get the coin, Ma. Get the fucking coin. I finally got to work with her when the Boulets booked me, and she was sitting backstage and just like chilling, and I like literally, I was able. I always do this with people that you look up to. You gotta fucking tell them what they mean to you. You have to. Like, tomorrow's never fucking guaranteed, you know? And I thought maybe I'd have gigs with her more in the future, right? And I just literally was like, Lady Red, I hope you know how much you are loved and how fucking powerful you are. And seeing you like on a show like Qween is really inspiring to a lot of people. And, you know, she kind of like took it to heart and stuff. But it came out of the fact that, you know, we have these queer icons and legends that like you might not see. You know, like Joan Rivers is a person that I looked up to and I never got to see. And when her passing really fucked with me, because I was like, you know, I thought maybe I would go see her stand-up nights in New York. I thought maybe I could go see that. I thought maybe, you know, I might have more time with my uncle who just, you know, passed away this year from suicide. You know, like, these moments are fleeting. And, you know, that's why I take it every time I do the digital drag show to tell people in the audience that I look right into the camera and say, you're amazing. If anyone hasn't told you that you're amazing, you're beautiful and you deserve to be in this world. I'm here to tell you you're amazing, goddamn beautiful, and you fucking deserve to be here. Because everyone deserves to hear that.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know, I'm rambling my ass off about Lady Red, but goddamn, what a fucking...
What a letter.
What a woman.
We miss you. We love you,
We love you,
sweetie.
Lady Red.
She's here. She's like, I see you, bitch.
But
You
she's
look
like,
a
"Shut the
little
fuck
messy.
Bitch, just fart, just smile, it'll be fine.
Well, bitch, thank you so much for being here,
Thank you for
sweetie.
having me.
I love you. I think you're so talented, and you're welcome back here in the Hates Queen couch to cut it up and stain the pillow anytime
I would
that you
love
want.
to stain your sheets, baby.
Yay! All right, thank you to Adam Joseph and Erickatoure. And thank you to our digital diva, Biqtch Puddin. Hooray!
Yes.
And thanks to all of you. We'll see you next time on Look at Her. Hit it!
Look at her.
Stab, stab, stab. Oh, wait, look at them. Now look at her. She's letting the throats in this courteous way. Look at her. Bye, baby. See you later, camera. Now fly the hell out of here, camera. You gotta go.
Look at her. Look at her.